record. Okay. Okay. So I will share the screen. I will show you. Um, um, okay. Okay, we will do this one. Okay. So I think someone from us. Okay, I have muted it. Another. So I think if you can keep your mute, if you can keep your microphone muted, it will be easy. Okay, anyway, I have muted it in my direction. Okay. Okay. So we will go to discussion. Okay. So this is very important question. Okay, because this kind of question will come to your exam. Okay. So I think the problem related with the DFT. Okay, because when we are performing the DFT in our principal way, we have to perform many complex addition and multiplication. Okay, as I can remember, if we have uh, in if we are going to perform endpoint DFT, there should be n into n multiplication and complex multiplication, complex number multiplication, and n into n minus 1 addition. I can't remember that properly. Okay, maybe this can be interchanged. Okay, as I can remember, this is the number of addition we have to perform, and this is the number of multiplication we have to perform. Okay, so say that n is very large. For example, if our signal is very large one, that is the practical normal way. Okay, so if our signal is around 256 length, we have to perform at least 256 endpoint DFT. Then we have to do 256 into 256 addition and 256 to 255 multiplication. So it is a very big process. Okay. So as a solution, okay, some algorithms are developed to perform this DFT very efficiently. Okay. So one very popular algorithm is the fast Fourier transform, FFT. Okay. This is very popular one. I think this is developed by two professors. I can't remember their names, Turkey or some, not I can't remember. Okay. So we are going to learn about this FFT algorithms. Okay, fast Fourier transform algorithms. Actually, using these algorithms, we are going to perform the DFT. Okay, we are going to perform the DFT. Okay, so we are finding the easy way to perform the DFT. That is the idea. Okay, and fast Fourier transform, we can have two approach. Okay, in fast Fourier transform, we can have two approach. One is called decimation in time, another is called decimation in frequency. Okay, so these are the two basic approach to perform the FFT. Okay, so we will directly move to the example, and we will learn the procedure by using the example. Okay, so I think you have gone through that That is, I also show you the YouTube's. I think if you have found, if you have go through that two example, I think it will be very. So this is the purpose. Okay, don't follow this guy's one. Okay, so this one is better. So here you have. So this is the introduction. Okay, this is the introduction to FFT. Okay. So if you have time, please go through that one also. Then you will learn something, some stuff. And very importantly, please go through this example. Okay. This one. Okay. I will show said. Okay, I have sent that link. Okay. Please go through this. Okay, you can learn the things very well. Okay. And also the problem number. Problem number 1. And there is problem number 2, this one. Okay. So actually this is not decimation in time. Okay. This is decimation in frequency. Okay. This is regarding the decimation in frequency. So this is the other way. Okay. So there are two ways DIT. The first example is related with the DIT. And this is related with the DIF, decimation in frequency. Okay. So I will send you that link also. Okay. So these are the two links. Okay, please go through that one also after this lecture. Okay, after this example, please go through that one also. Okay, so we will move to our question. Okay. Okay. So we are given sequence. Okay. We are given a sequence that is xn is equal to of and 4 zeros. Actually, this is the zero padded signal. Okay, zero padded signal. You are asked to compute the 8-point DFT, 8-point DFT using FFT first DIT algorithm. FFT with FFT DIT algorithm. Okay, and also you can see that you have to complete radix 2. Okay, to radix 2. Radix 2 decimation in time algorithm. You have to find the DFT of this sequence. Okay, so we will see how to do that. Okay, so here you have the signal. And you are asked to find the 8-point DFT. Okay. Okay. So first thing you should do is, okay. So please follow the procedures. Okay. This is the first step. Okay. First step is maybe my steps and that lecture, I have given you two links, maybe some little difference, okay, but don't worry, okay. I think if you stick to that YouTube one, it is okay, okay, because it is very clean, okay. Okay, so first you have to do, you have to calculate some weighted multiplication, weighted values, okay. So you can, I think you can remember that when we are finding the DFT, okay, when we are finding the DFT, okay, we have to find the value of e to the power j25 divided by n kn. We have to find this value. Okay, we have to find this. We have to find this value. Okay, and also this one is this quantity also represented as a W1. Can you remember? This is all represented as like this, NK. Okay. Okay. So this quantity is represented like this. Okay. So N is the DFT point and K is the integer 0, 1, 2, 3, minus infinity plus infinity. Okay. Okay. So you have to evaluate this quantity or this quantity. Okay, you have to evaluate this quantity and this quantity when you are performing the DFT. Okay, actually using the Euler formula, you can perform this one. Using the Euler formula, you can perform this one. Euler formula, no issue. Okay, so that you can perform this one also using the Euler formula, no issue. Okay, but there is another easy method. Okay, actually that is also related with the Euler formula. Okay, it is also related with the trigonometric. Okay, so I'm not going to explain it much more. I think if you can remember, if you can understand it by yourself. I will tell you the procedure. Okay, so the procedure is that if you draw a, so this is a complex plane. Okay, so this is a complex plane. Why I use a complex plane? Because this value is a complex value. Okay, this value is a complex value because there is a j terms. Okay, so if I write this value, actually it is using the Euler formula, it will look like this: cos 25 nkn plus j sine 25 nkn using the Euler formula. Okay, so this will be a, so this is a real part and this will be the imaginary part. Okay, so this will be a complex number. Okay, so I draw a complex plane. Okay, and you know that this is the real line, this is the real line. Okay, and this will be the imaginary line, imaginary line, imaginary line. Okay, so what is the magnitude of this complex value? What is the magnitude of this number? Can anyone tell me what is the magnitude of this? Please tell me what is the, so this is the x plus yj, x plus jy complex number. And how to find the magnitude? You have to find the x square, y square, and you have to find the square root. And what is the answer for this one? Yes, yes, it is 1. Because this is a cos theta value and this is a sin theta value. So if you get cos square theta plus sin square theta, you will get 1. Okay. And if you get the square root of 1, you will get again 1. Okay. So the magnitude is 1 for this term. Okay. So I draw a, so magnitude can be anything. So magnitude will be So if I draw a circle, if I draw a circle, okay, if I draw a circle like this, okay, so the magnitude is 1, okay, for this term the magnitude is 1, okay. So this complex number can be any point of this circle if this is a unit, uh, the radius is unit. If this radius is 1, if the circle radius is 1, this point can be any point on this circle, okay, because if the magnitude is 1, okay, we have to draw the unit circle. I think that is clear, okay. So I draw a unit circle, okay. Now this value can be anywhere, okay, can be anywhere, okay. Now say my endpoint n, okay, my n. So you can see that this is a 2, 5, okay. So this is 2, 5 circle, okay. And if I so if I ask to find the 8 DTF, okay, 8 DTF, so this term will be 2, 5 by 8. So this term will be 2, 5 by 8, correct? This term will be 2, 5 by 8. If I ask to find the 16 DFT, this terms will be 2, 5 by 16, okay. So we have to divide the 2, 5 radians from the number of DFT point, okay. So if I ask to find the 8 DFT, I just divide this 2, 5 by 8, okay. So here also I divide 2, 5 by 8, okay. So if I divide 2, 5 by 8, what is the value? I will get 5 by 4, that is 45 degree, no? That is 5 by 4, that is 45 degree, okay. So I think this term should be minus, no? This term should be minus, as I can remember, okay. So this term should be minus, okay. And so this is 45, okay. So if I divided this circle with 45 angle, 45 degree angle, I can divide this circle into equal 8 pieces, no? Okay, equal 8 pieces, okay. So I will do like this. So I will get 45 here, and I will have 1 point and another 45 and another 45, another 45 and another 45. So I have one. So this I have 8 section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 section. Okay. So I divided this into 8. Okay. So if I ask to find the 5-point DFT, I have to divide this by 5. Okay. So now we are asked to find the 8-point DFT. Okay. We are asked to find the 8-point DFT. So I divided this circle into 8. That means one angle have 45 degree. Okay. And all this angle has 45 degree. Okay. So these are the point. Okay. So these are the point. 8 point. Okay. And this is minus sign. So I am going in the minus direction, this direction. Okay. So I can mark the point. Okay. So if this Kn is equal to 0, that means K is equal to 0, I will have 0 value here. Okay. So this will be my W80. Okay. This will be my W80. I will use another color. Give me a moment. Okay. Can you see this circle? This is imaginary line, okay, and this is the real line, okay, and you know that imaginary line means this is a J line, okay. Okay, so this point will be my W80, okay, this point will be my W80, W80. I think you can see now W80, and this point will be my W81. And this point will be W82, this point will be W83, this point will be W84, this point will be W85, and this point will be W86, and this one will be W87, okay? And if you want to find W89, it will be again this one, W810, this one, 11 this one, 12 this one, 14 this one. So you can go through this circle. Okay, you can go through this circle. Okay, so how to find this W8 value? So what is the value here? How to find the value? So you can see that W80. So this magnitude, this value is 1. Okay, so W80 is equal to 1. So W8 equal, W80 is equal to 1. If you find this one, W82, so this is minus J. Okay, so it will be, so this is minus. Okay, so this is minus direction. Okay, so this will be minus J. And this point will be minus 1. This point will be minus 1. And this point will be plus J. Okay, so you can easily find this 4 point. Okay, what about this point? How to find this point? So this point is, if you find the coordinate or the value, okay, the real part is this one, the value at this point, and imaginary part is the value as this point. Okay, so how to find this value and this value? This value and this value, how to find? Okay, how to find? Yes, you can see that this is the radius and it is 1. Okay, and this value will be 1 cos 45. Okay, so this real axis value. Okay, so W87, you will have cos 45. Okay, and plus J sin 45. You will have sin 45. So can anyone tell me what is the value here? What is cos 45? We have calculated. So if you can do this question with me, I think it is better. Okay, so please get the paper and 1 by root 2. Yes, okay, 1 by root 2. I think it is better if you can, I don't know, it is depending on the question. Okay, so you can keep it as 1 by 1 in 1 by root 2, and if I think it is better if you can put the decimal value here. So what is the value if 1 by root 2? It will be around 0.8 or something, I think. Yes,
0.7.
Yes, 0.7. Okay. Okay. So this will be 0.7. 0.7, and sin 45 also 0.7. No? So plus J 0.7. And what is the value here? The same value, no? So the same magnitude, but this will be minus. Okay, this will be minus and this will be plus. Okay, so you have minus 45 plus 45J. Sorry, minus 0.7 plus minus plus 0.5 0.7j. And what is what is this value? Can someone tell me? This one and this one. This will be minus and this will be minus. What is the value?
Both are minus.
Yes, both are minus. Minus 47 plus, sorry, minus 47j. And what is the value here?
Only the imaginary value is minus.
Yeah, imaginary value is minus and the real one is plus. Okay, plus 47 plus 0.7 minus 0.7j. Okay, so these are the W value. So you have find the W0, W1, W2, W3, W4, W6. So this is the first thing you have to do. Okay. So I think in your exam also you will maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, but I think you will get 8-point DFT. Okay, so that is the fix. Normally that is the fix question for an exam. Okay, so most probably you will have to find the 8-point DFT, and you can I think you can also remember this one. Okay, so if it is 4 point, you will only need this 4 point only, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, if it is 4 point. And if it is 16 point, normally 16 point will not come to your exam. Okay, because it is very hard. There are many steps. Okay, so you have to again divide this one section into 2 again. That means you will get 45/2 degree value. Okay, so likewise you can find the W value, and if you can remember this circle, then you can easily find this value. Okay, so this value is needed when we are finding the DFT. So first thing is you have to verify what are these values. That is the first step. Now the second step. Okay, okay. Now the second step is, okay, we have to draw. So you are asked to find 8 DFT. 8 DFT. Okay, you are asked to find 8 DFT. So, okay, second step is, I think it is better if you could. So you are given xn. Okay, you are given xn. Xn is equal to half 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so actually I think if you have gone through the, I don't think you have time to go through that one. Okay, so if you have gone through that uploaded lectures, okay, the FFT algorithms, okay, normally if we have a big value, first we divided it into some value, okay, maybe 2, okay, and again it is divided again into 2. It is divided into again into 2. Okay, so we have several points, and we divide this point into 2 categories, 2 how to say, 2 groups maybe. Okay, so if you are grouping it with 2, always 2. Okay, so here 2, again 2, again 2. So this is called predicts 2. Okay, so if you have a sequence samples, so if you have divided this into 4, okay, and again this one into 4, and this one into 4, and this one into 4, this one into 4, again this one 4, 4. So this will be radix 4. Okay, radix 4. Okay, now you are asked to calculate the radix 2 algorithm. Okay, that means you are going to divide it, this sequence into 2, 2, 2, up to we get only 2 values, only two component on one, only 2 component with the group. Okay, so where we stop. Okay, so when we are doing, you can understand it clearly. Okay, so we will do this grouping. Okay, now we are going to do this grouping. I think that will be your second step. Okay, that will be your second step. We are going to group. Okay, so I'm going to group this. Okay, so first there is a way to group now. Okay, so there is a way to group. Okay, so if I write the value here, okay, if I write the value here, so this will be x0, this will be x1, this will be x2, this will be x3, this will be x4, x5, x6, x7. Okay, so in your exam, if you are given five samples, and if you are asked to perform 8 DFT, what you have to do? Can someone tell me? So say in your exam, you are given 5 components in your sequence. Yes, we have to pad the 0, no? We have to add 0. Yes, 0 padding. Thank you. Okay. So if you are given 5 points and you are asked to do the 8 DFT, okay, you are asked to perform the 8 point DFT, what you have to do? You have to add 3 zeros. So that means you have to pad some zeros. Okay. So anyway, here actually the 0 padded signal is given. Okay. So definitely it should have only 4 components. Okay. Others are 0 padded. Okay. So we are given the 0 padded sequence. So we no need to add additional zeros. Okay. So here we have 8 components. Okay. So this will be my 0 component. This will be my 1 component, first component. This is second. This is third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Okay. Okay. Now I have to group. I have to divide this into 2 groups. Okay. So what I am doing? Okay. So what I am doing is I will group this into odd and even values. Okay. So I get even values. Okay. I get even values. What are the even values? 0, 2, 4, 6. These are the even value. I get x0, x2, x4, x6. So if you are given 16 point, so you have to write up to 8. You have to write 8 component here up to 14. No, up to 14 you have to write. So this is 8 point. So I write up to 6. Okay. So this is my one group, and I will get odd group also. Okay, I will get odd group also. This is the procedure. Okay, this is the procedure. Don't make question with this procedure. Please try to understand the procedure and keep it in your mind until your exam finish, at least. Okay, because you have to go this way. Okay, I think I think it will be a open book test, so you can use your note. Okay. Okay. Okay, now I am going to get odd values. Okay, what are the odd values? So I will have x1, x3, x3, this is 3, okay, x3, x5, and x7. Okay, so if you are given 16, you have to write up to x15. Okay, you have to write up to x15 so that you will get 8.8 component. Here you will have only 4 components. Okay, so I have grouped this into 2 in this way. Okay, I have grouped this into 2. Again, I am going to group this. Okay, so I am going to actually, when you are grouping, you have to always, when you are grouping, you have to get, if you are grouping this one, you have to group this one with not this one. You have to group with other one, next, not next one, after one. Okay, so that is a rule. Can you understand? So when you are grouping this, you can't group x0, x1, x2, x3, so on. And this will be x4, x5, x6, x7. You can't group that way. Okay, you have to get, when you are grouping, you have to select, no, you can't select the next component. You have to select the later component. When you are grouping, okay, you can't select the near component, this one with this one. Okay, you can't select this one with this one. That is wrong. Okay, you have to select this one with this one. Okay, and this one with this one. Okay, you have to always jump one. Okay, you have to jump one. Otherwise, your grouping will be wrong. Okay, so is it clear for you? Can anyone feedback? After this one, please go through that lecture also. Okay, I think that explanation is more clear than my one. Okay, so I think you better go through that one also. Okay. Okay, now we have found only, we have found 2 groups, but in one group we have 4 components. In one group we have 4 components. So we have to group again, because in one group we should have only 2 components. That is the requirement. Okay, so when we are grouping this, okay, at the end, in one group you should have only 2 components. That is very important. In the last group, you should have only 2 components. Okay, so that is also a rule. Okay, so here you can see that. Here you can see that we have 4 components. Again, we have to group. Okay, then we have to group this one also. Okay, let's say that it is xe1 or something. Okay, so again, when I am grouping, I have to group with the next one. Okay, so I am group this one with this one. Okay, then there is no another one, no? So I have to group x0, x4. Okay, x0, x4. So that is enough. And this one also, but there are more components. Okay, and I'm going to this one, I'm going to group this one. Let's say it is C2. Okay, and you will get x2 into x6. x2, x6. Okay, and if I get this second group, okay, in the same manner, it is, let's say that it is odd 1, 10, Okay, actually these values are not important. Okay, I just write to show you the difference. Okay, okay, so these two groups, subgroups are made with this group, and we are going to make another two groups with this one. Okay, so I have my first group, I have denoted that 0, 1, n. Okay, these are not marks, you can use any notation. Okay, so you have x1, you have to group this one with this one. Okay, so x1, x5, okay, and x0 2, and you have to group this one with this one, x3 with x7. Okay, and this grouping procedure you have to follow always. Okay, so if you have 16, or if you have 4 components in the original example, if you have 4 components in the first group, in the first step grouping, you will get 2 2. Okay, so you can stop the grouping. But if you have 8 components, after grouping one, first grouping, you have 4 components. Then after grouping again, you will have two components for one group. Then you can stop. If you have 16 point, you have in your first grouping, you will have 8 components. Okay, then this one also you have to group again. Okay, after this 2, you have to group 8 8. Okay, then you have to use this one, and you have to group that one into again into 4, again into another group. So you will get 4 4. Okay, and this one also you have to group, you will get 4 4. Okay, 4 component and 4 component. So you have 4 groups with 4 components. Okay, again you have to group each 4 components group again into 2. So you will have 8 groups with 2 components. Okay, is that clear? Yes, it is because radius 2. We are going to take, we are grouping into 2 because it is radix 2. If it is radix 2, you are grouping into 4. If it is radix 4, you are going to group into 4 groups. At the first stage, you should have 4 groups. Okay, is that clear? Okay, so we will move. Okay, so now we have done the grouping. Okay, now we have done the grouping. Okay, now my next one is, okay, we have to draw the signal flow graph. Okay, so you can see that we have 8 components. We have 8 components. Okay, so at the end you will have 8 let me get this one. Okay, wait.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, you said that we have to zero padding when there is only 5 components given.
Yeah.
So is that because of this is 8-point DFT?
Yeah. Yeah. To perform the 8-point DFT, you should have 8 components. Okay. So you can.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now. Can see. No? Okay. Now you can see that we have 8 points. Okay, we have 8 points. Okay, so So we have to next step is we are going to draw the signal flow graph. Okay. So in the signal flow graph, okay, so you can see that we have 8 components. So we will end up with 8 parallel lines. Okay. So I think it is better if you draw 8 parallel lines. Okay. So if you ask to 4-point DFT, you have to draw 4 parallel lines. If you ask to perform 16 DFT, you have to draw 16 parallel line. Okay. So now we are asked to perform 8-point DFT. Don't worry that you will not ask to find the 16-point DFT. Okay. You will ask maximally you will ask to find the 8-point DFT. Okay. So if you can find the 8-point DFT, then you can find the 4-point DFT very easily. Okay. So I will explain how it is going. Okay. So we will end up with 8 parallel lines. Now I am going to draw that parallel line. Okay. So I think if you have a paper also, you can draw parallel lines with me. Okay. Let me find. I can't find ruler. Okay. So I will just write here. Okay. So I will write like this. Okay. So this will be my first line. 1. This will be the second line. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So if it is 4 DFT, you have to only draw 4 lines. Okay. But because of this is 8-point DFT, you have drawn 8 parallel lines. If it is 16-point DFT, you have to draw 16 parallel lines. Okay. So you can see that. So these are my final groups. Okay, these are my final groups. Okay, so this is my first group, final first group. This will be my second group. This will be my third group, and this will be my fourth group. Okay, please don't change this grouping order. Okay, what you have to do is you have to first group with, so your first grouping you are doing with first one and third one, fifth one, so on, and the second group will be the second one, fourth one, sixth one, like this. Okay, and next time when you are grouping, so this is group into again you get this first value, and you have to group this way when you are grouping this one. So before going to this group, you have to finish this one. Okay, you have to finish this one, and that one also you should do. Okay, and next you have to select the second group, and first you have to select the first point, and you have to group it, and then you have to select the second one, and you have to do. Okay, so if there are any points, if there are component than 2, again you have to do a grouping. Okay, so this will be first, and you have to first do the grouping, this one, and this one you have to group, this one you have to group, this one you have to group. Did you understand that one, what I'm saying? I'm saying that, okay, I will leave for a while. Okay, I'm saying that say that you have 16 point. You have 16 point. That means x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, so on up to x15. No? Okay. So when you are grouping this one, okay, so this one should be grouped. You have to, if you are using radix 2, this one you should group into 2 groups. Okay, so you can use this one. You have to, your first group will be, you have to start with the first element. Okay, so you will have x0, then you can get, you have to get this, not this one, you have to get this one. Okay, so x2, x4, x6, so on up to x14. Okay, and x2, then you have to perform this one. Okay, before you are grouping this one again, you have to draw, you have to write the group, you have to finish this grouping. Okay, you have to finish this grouping, then you can go. Okay, then you will not get confused. Okay, so here you will get x1, x3, so on up to x15. Okay, so then when you are grouping this one, you have to select this one again. Okay, so let's say that this is x11. Okay, so you have to start with this one. So you will have x0, then you will have x4, so on up to some level. So you will have only 4 components anyway. Okay, only 4 components. And then before grouping this one, you have to complete this one. Okay, so you have to find the next group. Let's say that this is x12. So you have to start with x2. Okay, then x6, so on. You will again, you will have another 4, 1. Okay, then you have to start. So you have grouped this one, you have finished, then you have to come to this one. Okay, so you can group this one, that is x21. You can group in the same way. You have to first start with the first element and not next on the later one. You have to select the later one and you can do the grouping. And again, this one, you have to use the second group. Okay, so it will be x22 or something. Let's say that it is x22. This notation is not important. Okay, you can write anyone, and you have to start with the second one. You have to not next one, later one. Likewise, you can group and you will get 4 components. Okay, so when you see that this one also, you will have 4 components for this group. This is 1, this is second, this is third, this is 4th. This group will have 4 components. So you have to again group this one. Okay, so this one you have to group again 1x, let's say that it is x11. Okay, so you will have only 2 components. You have to start with this one, x0, and you will have x6 actually here, like this. Okay, and you have x11. You have to finish this one, x112, and you will have 2 components. Then you have to come to this one. Okay, you have to come to this one. So you will have x121. Okay, and this one again you have to go x122. After finishing this one, you have to come to this one. So you will have this one x211, then x21112. Okay, then you have to complete this one grouping. So you have to x21221, x222. Okay, likewise you have to go. Okay, so finally you will have 8 groups. Okay, so this will be your first group, this will be your second group, this is third, this is 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Sorry, what happened? Sorry, 8 group now. So this will be your first group, this is second, third, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Okay, so you will have 8 groups. Okay, so you have to keep this order, otherwise your calculation will be wrong. Is that clear? So I think if you can't understand very well, please go through that lecture also. Okay. The only thing is you have to keep this group order. Okay. Okay. Now I am going to, so this actually here I am going to, I draw this 4 groups. So you have one group, second group, third group, fourth group. Okay. So this will be my first group. This will be my second group. This will be my third group. Sorry. Okay. So I am drawing the group. Okay. So you can see that here you have one group, second group, third group, fourth group. Here, this two line represent one group, because in one group there are two components. So one group, second group, third group, and this will be my fourth group. These two lines. Okay. And what are the components in the first group? It is, you can see that x0 and x4. Okay. So it will be x0 and this will be x4. Okay. And this is my second group, this one. Okay. And it will be x2, x6. Okay. My component will be x2, x6. Okay. And this will be my third group, and my component will be x1, x5. So here I have x1, x5. Okay. And this will be my fourth group, and it has x3 and x7. Okay. So it has x3, x7. Correct? Okay. So this will be 0, 4, 2. So actually this is my xn. Okay. After performing the this one, not allowing. Okay. Okay. After performing the FFT in this line, I will get xk. Okay. So that means my time sequence. Sorry, frequency domain sequence. The Fourier transformed signal. Okay. And this will be, please remember that although this is x0, x4, x2, x6, x1, x5, x3, x7, this is not in order. Okay. So these are not in order. Not in order, no? Okay. But please keep remember that this line is in order. This is in order. Okay. That is very important. This is in order. That means here you will have capital X0, and this you will have capital X1, capital X2, capital X3, capital X4, capital X5, capital X6, capital X7. So these are your 8 frequency domain signal. So it is in order 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Is it clear for you? Actually, this is time decimation in time. When you are doing the decimation in frequency, this side will be in order. This side will be in order, but this time will not be in order. Okay. But to find so this is not in order, but there is a specific order here, no? So to find that specific order, again, you have to do this grouping. Otherwise, you can't identify which one corresponding to x1. Here, x0 is corresponding to x0. x1, capital X1 is corresponding to x4. Okay. But if you don't know the grouping, you can't identify that specific corresponding value here. Okay. So in the both case, you have to do the grouping. Okay. 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 Now we are going to perform the FFT. Okay. So what we are doing is, so you can see that this is one group, and this is another group, this is another group, and this is another group. Okay. So what we are going to do is, we have to, so you know the values. Okay. So you have the values here. X0 is half. No. X4 is 0. I am referring this one. Okay. X0 is half. Okay. But X4 is 0. X2 is half. This is not X2. This one X2, no? X2 is half. Can you see that? My finger. This is X2. This is X0, X1, and this is X2. Okay. So X2 is half. X6 is 0. X6 is 0. So this will be 0. And X1 is half. So this is X1, okay? It is half. And X5 is 0. X3 is half. X7 is 0. Okay. So these are the values. These are the values. Okay. So now, okay. So each group, in each group, you have to product. You have to get the product. Okay. So that means you have to get the product of this component with this one. Okay. And not product. Okay. You have to add. Sorry. You have to add. Okay. So you have to add this component to this component in the same group. Okay. And you have to add this one with that one also. Okay. In the same way, you have to add this one and add this one. Okay. Add this one, add this one together. This one also you have to add this one into this one. Okay. So you have to add. Okay. But please remember that always, okay, always the last lines should be multiplied by -1. Okay, so this line should be -1, and this line should be -1. This line should be -1. This line should be -1. Okay, so this is our first grouping, first step. First step, there are no any multiplication weighted value. That means this this W values are not involved with this step. Okay, so it is like this. Okay, so if you write this one, okay, so when you have this is called actually butterfly graph, if you can remember. Okay, so you can see that when you are going this cross line, you have to add always. When you are going through this straight line, you have to multiply. Okay, always you have to multiply. When you are going this way, you have to add. When you are going this way, you have to multiply. Okay, so so what is the value here? So value will be, this will be X0, and it is not multiplied by any value. Okay, so this will be X0 here. X0. This will be X0. Okay, this will be X0. No any value. sorry, no any multiplication here, x0. And when you are going to this cross line, you have to add. So there is addition. Okay. And what is that? X4. So x0 should be added to x4. Okay. And what about this point? Can anyone tell me what is this one? What is the value for this one? Please tell me. So this will be x0, x4. Okay. And what is the value for this one? This value. So you can see that you have to go through this. Yes, that is correct. Okay. So you can see that here you have x0. There is no any multiplication or something, x0. And this value, you have to come in this direction. Okay. So when it comes to this direction, you have -1. So it should be multiplied by -1. So this x4 is multiplied by -1. That means minus x4. So you will have minus x4 here. Okay. So what is the value here? X0 plus x4, you will have half. Okay. X0 is half and x4 is 0. So you will have half. And here also you will have half. Correct? So this is the value, half and half. Okay. And we are going to the next group. So in the same manner, so in this point you have x2 plus x6. X2 is half, x6 is 0. So you will have half here. And in this point you will have x2 plus minus x6. X2 plus minus x6, because here it is minus. So you have x2 minus x6. X2 is half, x6 is 0. So you will have half here also. So what about this point? So this will be x1 plus x5. So that is half. This will be x1 minus x5. And that is also half. What is this one? X3 plus x7. So that will be half. X3 minus x7. That will be again half. Correct? So you will have half, half, half. Okay. So I'm doing any mistake. Please do this with me. And I'm doing any mistake with this multiplication and addition. You can tell me. Okay. So this is first stage, and we have to done. We have done. So we have finished with our first group. We have finished with this one. Now we have to go to this group. Okay. Now we have to go to this one. So that means in one group, we have 4 components. Okay. So you can see that this will be a, so in the next step, this one and this one, this one, this one. This 4 will be the group. No? Here you have x0, x4, x2, x6. x0, x2, x4, x6. So this will be one group. Okay. So this 4 lines is one group, and this 4 line will be another group. Okay. So if you can remember, this is the even group and this is the first odd group. Okay. So this one is the first group and this one is the second group. Okay. So we have like this. Okay. So how we are doing this butterfly graph? Okay. How we are. Okay. So I will keep some point here like this. Okay. So you can see that this is one group and this is one group. Okay. So when you are multiplying, when you are adding, that the first one, okay. So this is x0. It is not add with this one. Okay. When you are grouping, you can see it now. We are always jumped one value. Okay. So when we are grouping, we ignore this one and we directly come to this point. Okay. And this one also like that. Okay. We are not considering this value. Okay. Because this is one group. Okay. If you are group it again, so it is in same with like this. Okay. So these are the subgroup. No. So first line, first value, I am going to add with the first value of the next group. Okay. So this is one group, this is another group, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the group. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I am going to add my first component with other group first component. My next component with other group next component. Okay. In the same way, we are going to add in this way. Okay. So can you remember that the last value in the last in the last columns, in the last row, we have to multiply it by -1. Okay. So if you consider this group, okay, so this will be your last component. Okay. So it's consider it as a group. Okay. So you have to multiply this by -1 and this by -1. Okay. So if you can't understand this very clearly, no issue, but remember the procedure. Okay. Okay, I will tell it again. Okay. So can you see? I think your exam will be on 22nd, okay? Not 21st, according to Dr. Udesh. I'm not sure, okay? Because sometimes the words may be changed, okay? Can you remember that the mid-semester exam? But when I asked him, he said that the exam is in, I think now it is okay, no? Okay, I hope now you can see. Okay. Now you can see the whole paper, no? Yeah, now it is okay. Okay, I will explain it again. So you do the two component grouping. Okay, so it is okay. Now we are going to do the next group. So this is our next group. Okay, so you can see that in that group we have x0, x2, x4, and x6. Okay, so you can see that x0, x4, x2, x6. Okay, so this will be next group, and this one will be the other group. So this will be the even group and this will be the odd group. Okay, that is okay. So now you can remember that. Okay, you can remember that. So this will be our this will be our main group, and this will be our let's say that this will be our second main group, one group, and this will be our another main second group. Okay, this is main first group and this is main second group. Okay, and these are subgroups. Okay, these are subgroups. Okay, and so you have to draw this butterfly. Okay, butterfly with So you can see that this is one component and this component is in another group. Okay, so if you consider this two, this is the first component of this group and this will be the first component of this group. Okay, and you have to add the first component of this group with the first component of this group. Okay, and second component you have to add in this way, and this one also you have to go through this. Okay, and you can see that after in the last component we always put -1. For this group you have last two components. In this group you have only one component, but this group you will have last two components. So you have to add -1 here. Okay, this because it is radix 2. You have to always consider the group. Okay, so this will be -1 and this will be -1. Okay, so if you can't understand this, please keep remember. Okay, so now in the same manner, so you have first component and this first component should be in line with the first component of the next group, and this is the second component and this is with the second group, and in the same manner you will get like this. Okay, so here also you will get -1. Okay, and please keep remember that. Okay, I'm not actually, there is a logic. Okay, and now I will tell you one thing. Okay, there is a logic. Actually I can't remember that logic. Okay, so please just keep it in remember. Okay, so so here I have said that there is no any weighted. No, that means this step we are not dealing with this omega value, W value, but when it comes to the next step we have to deal with this omega value. Okay, W value. Okay, so how we put the W value? Okay, so sometime you may confuse, but please keep remember. Okay, let me check x0, x4, x2, x6, x1, x5, x3, x7. That is okay. Okay, so here actually before come to the next level, these two, the last two should be multiplied by this W value, this W value. Okay, so this should be multiplied by W80 and this should be multiplied by W82. Don't think how it come. Actually I also can't remember how it come here. So if you can remember, if you because I'm not going through that lecture actually. Okay, if you have gone through that lectures, I think this is explained how this come. Okay, if anyone can remember, you can tell me. Okay, now at this moment I can't remember why I put like this, but that is with the algorithm. Okay, but it is not much difficult to keep remember. Okay, you can keep it remember. Okay, so these two you will this for last two. Okay, so this is one group and you have last two group. Okay, so you can also remember with this minus value. Okay, if there is a minus value after the first step. Okay, in next step we are deal with this W values, okay, so it is W80 and this will be W82, and in the same manner this will be minus this will be multiplied by W80 and this also will be multiplied by W81, sorry, W82. Okay, so okay, is it clear? Don't ask how it come. Okay, at this point I can't answer, I can't remember. Okay, but please keep remember this one. Next point, this will be W80, W81, this minus minus line also should be multiplied by this weight, okay? And this will be W80 and this will be W82, okay? Okay, now, so what is the value here? Okay, so you can see that here it is half and there is no any multiplication. So this point value also will be half and this is half. There is no multiplication. This will be half. But there is a problem with this one. This is half and there is a multiplication W80. And what is the value for W80? That is 1, no? So this value is 1. Okay, this value is 1. So you have to multiply this half by W80, that means 1. So again you will get half. Okay, so please do this with me. If I am doing any mistake, please ask me. Okay, so here also you have half and you have to multiply it with W82. So what is the value for W82? It will be minus 2. This is W8 by 2, no? This is 0, this is 1, and this is 0. We are going to clockwise because it is minus sign is there. Because of this minus sign. Because of this minus sign. Okay. So this will be our W82. That is equal to minus J. Okay. So this will be minus J. Okay. And this half is multiplied by minus J. Then what is the point here? It will be minus half J. Minus half J. Correct? This will be minus half J. Okay. In the same manner, you will have half here. Half here. So here half into W80, that W80 is 1. Again, you have half here. So W82, it is J minus J. So you will have half minus J. Minus half J here. Okay. So these are the value for this one. And what are the value here? So there is no any multiplication. So half. There is no any multiplication, half. So there is a multiplication minus 1. So you will have minus half. There is a minus 1 multiplication. So minus half J into minus 1. So you will have plus half J. Okay. So you have the same value here. Half into minus 1. So you will have minus half. Now minus J, minus half J into minus 1, you will have plus half J. Okay. So these are the values here. Now we are going to our next step. That will be our final step. Okay. So you are considering the total signal. Okay. That means all this as a one group. All this as a one group. Okay. So with comparing to this one, this will be one group and this will be another group.
So I think you made a mistake, sir.
Yeah, what is that?
When you adding, sir, when you add that x2 line with
Yeah. Sorry.
there should be an item half plus half.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So I have I have done a huge mistake here. Okay. So it's it is actually very huge mistake. Okay. So this is okay. Half. No, this is not okay. So up to this level it is okay. Okay. But when you are finding the value here, this is half. Okay. So this is half and you have to add this value. Oh shit. ආපහු ලයිට් කපනවද නැහනේ?